Hello. I am on here early in hopes to give people a few minutes to hop on. So I'm going to do that. Make sure I can see comments. Sorry if you're watching the replay. I know it's so annoying when people do this, but I like to give people a minute or two to hop on. So, okay. Camila, hi friend. Oh, I love it when it's somebody that I know and love so much. Say hi when you hop on. I see people are hopping on now. I hope that I can see comments. I've got it pulled up on my computer though, if not. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, I can see comments. Hey, beautiful. Hi, Nancy. My friends, hi. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. April, I have your shirt right here, ready to go. I'm so excited. Okay, so I can turn this off so I don't catch glimpses of that because that's the worst. The worst. Hi, Denise. Hey, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more minute. Hi, Amber. Hi, Amanda. Oh my gosh. Hi, Ashley. I'm so excited. So excited. BC42, yes. My sponsor and best friend. Hi, Alex. Okay, so gonna give it a minute, but I'll do my intro. I'll do my little intro post for anybody who didn't read it. And I'll make it quick because it's quite frankly not that interesting, but figured give you guys a chance to get to know me a little bit better. Hi, Mandy. Okay, I'm totally a squirrel, so I will continue to read comments, and it's quite annoying, so I'm sorry. So I'm Brianna. I am 32 years old. I can't believe that, by the way. It's weird to say I'm 32. I've got 3 kids ranging from 5 to 10. So busy mom. Okay. I forgot to say before that I joined Scentsy in 2017. So I will be celebrating my 5 years this year. Wow. So September 2017. So I've been around for a little bit. And I've loved every single dang minute of this journey. Literally, Scentsy was just supposed to be something that was like something fun for me to do. And something that was like a creative outlet, outside of being a mom and a wife. And it literally within, I would say 6 months, but probably closer to 3 months. Within 6 months, I felt the pull to take it more seriously. And it was after I earned the Mediterranean cruise that I realized that this business could be something really incredible. So yeah, from there it just kind of blew up and it popped off, and I had no intentions of growing a team or anything like that, but here I am, superstar director of Scented Dreamers, and we're over 700 people. So to me, that's wild, but it's also exactly where God has put me, and I just love it. I love it so much. I love what I do. So I'm also a law enforcement wife, and so that's a very big passion of mine. That's part of my brand, and it's very important to me to share that with people in obviously a respective way. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, I love country music. Owning Highland cows is a dream of mine. It's part of the reason why we came out here to Texas, so that we could afford to purchase a house with land so that I could one day have my Highland cows. And so that dream is getting closer and closer and closer. So I'm so excited about that. I love country music. I love Jesus. I love Scentsy, and I love people. So y'all are my people today, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, the shelf, Hobby Lobby. I just went the other day and they still have them. I got it a few years ago, but they still have it. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I'm stoked to be doing attraction marketing today, and talking to you guys about what that is and what it's not. So if you saw my 30-minute warning post, I said to think of a word that you think of when you think of the phrase attraction marketing. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, just because when I was thinking about my notes for this training, the words that came to mind for me surprised me. And especially when I looked up the definition. So like I said, I'm a writer, I guess you can say. I love to write. One of my big goals is to write a book someday. So I'm a words person. I love words. I love looking up words, looking up definitions, other words for words, you know, like synonyms, all that stuff. Like I love all that. So I look up definitions of phrases or words frequently so I can gather a more broad understanding. Because a lot of the time you'd be surprised at like what we think one thing is, it's like totally different. Like I mean, I guess it is what it is. But anyways, so I looked up the phrase attraction marketing. So I love what people are saying: value, connection, service, authenticity, real, authentic, selfies, love all that. So like, I think that our view and what we think of when we think of attraction marketing can fit into exactly what I'm telling you today. And I just want to like preface this by saying that my thoughts about this, though I'm super passionate about it and I love this topic because I feel confident in the way that I do it, does not mean that it's the end all be all. Does not mean that this is the only way to do things. It does not mean that this is the only view that you can have of attraction marketing and what it looks like in your business. So I just want you all to know that you don't have to like take what I say, and if it doesn't work, then you're a failure. That's not it at all. Not even close. Okay. Nobody is a failure. Again, this is just how I view attraction marketing, how I work it into my business and my life. And I think that it's worked out pretty well. And so hopefully you can take tidbits of this and make it your own, and it's helpful to you moving forward. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna take a drink of my water. Okay. With that, the definition of attraction marketing, which I looked up online, is besides attracting people, you're also showing people how good and desirable a product or service is before suggesting that they buy it. It's like giving a sample. Y'all, that speaks to me on so many levels, okay? So that, I feel like that perfectly encompasses what we should be doing in our business when it comes to selling the products that we're selling. And if we want to tie it up in like a perfect little package and call it attraction marketing, y'all, that is it, okay? We are not only trying to capture people, we're not trying to just capture people's attention, but we're also showing people how good and needed our products are, right? Before we start selling them on it. That's the idea, right? Because when we talk about like selling our products and how it looks to have attraction marketing, we have to totally discard this idea that like flyers are the way to go, or posting a picture of a warmer and saying, buy this warmer here, here's the link. Like, you have to totally get rid of that mindset and look forward to adopting this idea that what we're trying to do is engage people. We're trying to draw people in with the stories that we're telling and the way that we're doing it so that they are inclined to buy, right? We're selling a product. We are marketing a product that costs money, right? And we know in this day and age, right now, in this time, money is difficult, right? Finances can be a little tight for people. So especially right now, we're wanting to speak to people and tell them, hey, no, Scentsy is actually like a pretty cool necessity. Like, you want your house to smell good, whether you can spend $6 on this or, you know, whatever. So we want to give people this idea that our products are needed, and we want them to ask questions, and we want them to be interested in buying it, right? So you being the face of your business, you putting the products out there in a way and telling a story about them is giving them a sample of the products that we want to get into their hands, right? We're inviting them to ask questions about, how do I get that, right? That's my idea when I am posting about Scentsy, whether it's in my VIP or my Instagram. I am thinking to myself, how can I draw somebody in enough to ask, how do I get that? Right? To give them the idea that they need this and they want to buy it from me. Okay. So in a nutshell, I want to just say that attraction marketing is more than just pretty pictures, right? And for me, that's what I thought that attraction marketing was, pretty pictures. it's not everything. Yes, I do think it's a piece of it. I think that the attraction part is important. We want to catch people's eyes. We want to catch people's attention with what we're doing. Why? Because there's lots of Scentsy consultants posting a lot of different things. So the pictures and the stories that we post need to capture people's attention. Are we going to capture everybody's attention? No, y'all. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody's going to like your beautiful pictures. It doesn't matter how perfect they are. You could be Picasso with your Scentsy pictures, and there's going to be somebody who does not care. Okay, so you're not going to attract everybody. That's just the way that it is. But you do want to be mindful of, does this picture look good? Do I think that it looks nice, right? Pretty pictures, not everything, but it is part of it, okay? So the other part of it that I think is super important is the telling the story part. And I don't know how many of you all attended the world tour where Kendra Hall talked about telling stories. It is so important to practice that skill. And I say that it's a skill and it's something that you can practice because not everybody is born with it. I know that I said that I'm a writer and that I'm wordsy and I might be pretty decent at public speaking, but y'all, this took practice. Like, it takes practice to be able to take an idea, okay, take a picture that you've taken and mold it into a story that people want to read, that people are engaged in and captured by, right? So your pictures are just part of that story. Your pictures is what's going to capture people enough to want to read more about it, right? If your picture can draw in somebody to read about that wall fan, then half the battle is done, right? The other half of the battle is equating that to a sale. And you do that by relationship, by connection, by prompting a question that needs answering so that a communication can happen between you and that potential customer, right? That's a whole different, that's the other side of it. But ideally, we don't get there unless we are able to capture their attention, unless we're able to draw them in, right? And so the two parts of that I think are so important. And again, it's a skill that you can practice. And I'm going to talk about that. But it's the picture, it's the image, right? It's how we draw them in. And then it's the story. And the thing is, guys, is about the story is that it doesn't have to be some crazy story. A story can literally be one line. Okay, it doesn't have to be a novel, doesn't have to be a whole paragraph. It can be one line. One line can tell an entire story. And especially with our products, y'all, if you look at a product and you just think of like a couple of words that come to mind when you look at a product. Like if you look at a wall fan and you're like, okay, it's simple, okay? It's heat-free, right? It's wax-free. You can think of all the words that describe that wall fan and put it into a one sentence that tells a story and can capture somebody's attention, right? So making that your own, practicing doing it, taking pictures that capture people's attention is literally the first step in the attraction marketing world, okay? Figuring that out and honing in on it and making it yours, right? Which is where the authenticity comes from, because it's so important that we are engaging people with our personalities forward, right? Because here's the thing. You're selling a product, but you're also selling yourself, okay? And I want that to be very clear. I used to say that Scentsy's easy, or it's not easy. I never said that. I said Scentsy is totally doable for everybody because you're not selling stuff, you're just sharing. That's not necessarily true. I don't believe that's true anymore. Yes, we're sharing. It's a skill for a lot of people, so we have to learn how to do that. But we are selling a product. We're in the business of sharing or business of selling. If we were just sharing stuff, I'd make no money, right? I have to know how to share really well, and then I have to know how to close the deal, right? We have to know how to sell stuff. So in that, we're selling products, but we're also selling ourselves. And we want to do that in an authentic way. And I don't think that selling ourselves is a negative. The truth of the matter is there's thousands of consultants in this group. There's over 19,000 consultants in this group. We're all Scentsy consultants. We're all selling the same thing. We all place value on Scentsy in people's homes, and we want to sell the products. And we all have different reasons for wanting to do that. We all have different drives. We all have different personalities. And that's the beautiful thing about Scentsy. But the reality of it is when I'm thinking about my customers and potential consumers, I want them to be attracted to me, and I want to sell myself to them so that that loyalty and that connection continues on and speaks through the sales that I want to make, right? We're selling ourselves. And so your authenticity, your brand, okay, who you are and how that translates to your customers matters, okay? So you need to hone in on what makes you. Scentsy makes a little tiny part of you, okay? Scentsy is not who you are. Scentsy is a part of who you are. It's part of your family. It's part of your business. It's part of what you do. Maybe you're just a hobbyist. Doesn't matter, okay? Scentsy is just a sliver of who you are and what you do. I want you in your brand to be talking about other things. Notice how I talked about, I love Highland cows. I also really love Friends. I love Jesus. I love country music. Like there's a lot of things, I'm a mom. There's a lot of things that make me who I am that I speak about regularly. Why? Because I want people to connect with me, not just on a Scentsy level. I want them to know that I'm a mom. I get the hardships of being a mom, right? I have 3 kids. I'm a law enforcement wife. I get that side of it, right? Being a wife to a first responder, not easy, okay? So I get to connect with people about that. Loving Highland cows, loving country music. It gives people so many avenues to be attracted to who I am and for us to have a relationship. And then guess what? Scentsy, most of the time, naturally finds a fit. Right? And so if I am able to present that in a way that translates in pictures or in a story that I'm telling, then I know that Scentsy will become a topic somewhere down the line, right? When they see that Scentsy is part of my everyday life, but so is the Friends TV show, or so is spending time in my Bible or with Jesus, going to church, or spending time with my kids. And the funny thing is that they're doing, like, if I am sharing all of that, it portrays a very well-rounded person to the people that I'm trying to reach. And it's telling a story about who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it creates that also necessity, right? The selling of the product, we want to show them that Scentsy is a necessity in their life. But also, when I create a connection with a customer and all of a sudden they hear about how Scentsy is impacting our lives, like, fun fact, we are literally in Texas in our first home that we've ever bought because of Scentsy. Like, insert income disclosure, but this would not have been possible without my business. Okay, literally, dream come true. Like, I get emotional talking about it because we dreamt about this time, this house, this place, this moment for so long. And for Scentsy to literally be the reason that it happened, my customers, my people that are watching know that's true. Why? Because when I am sharing pictures about my life or I am talking about Texas, I make sure to include that the reason that this has happened is first because God's plan. God had this in his plan. I believe he gave us Scentsy in our lives so that this could one day become our reality. And he's not done, right? Like, there's still more to come. But I believe that Scentsy is the stepping stone to this dream that we've realized. And so if I don't tell people that, then their connection to me gets lost, right? So you want to be creating connections with people that include who you are, right? You want to be authentic. Don't try to be like somebody else. Don't try to be attracting people in a way that's not authentic to you, right? I know there's a lot of people who talk about, like, how do you get your pictures to look like that? I'm not good at, storytelling or whatever. And like I said, it's all a skill. And I think people are focusing on too much of what other people's stories or pictures look like. And they're not recognizing that the skills or what's actually required to have that attraction marketing or to draw people in, they're capable of right this moment, but you're too busy watching what other people are doing. And I want y'all to just take a moment and know that your pictures don't have to look like mine. Your stories don't have to resemble mine. Your captions don't have to look like anything that I'm writing. You likely have everything that you need already. Can you perfect it? Yup. Right? We can all get better. Even I'm like, I could get better at this. I know I'm not the best picture taker. I'm going to get better. I'm going to keep doing it. And that's how we do that. That's how we get better at this attraction marketing thing, right? The drawing people in. We learn what works and we learn what doesn't. And that's how we get better, right? And feedback is important, right? But comparing ourselves, we're never going to get there, right? You don't want to be the next me or the next Chelsea Otto or the next Jennifer Anderson. You want to be the next better version of you. Okay? Tangent, but it's true. We should be telling a story with our picture and our words. Okay? Obviously, people are like, yeah, I tell a story with your words, duh. But like, for me, I look at the pictures that I'm posting, I want it to capture their attention and I want a story to already be unfolding and then the caption to tie it in, to finish that story or to continue that story. And so make sure that part of the attraction marketing thing, I think, and that idea is, yes, drawing it in, but also adding value. Okay? You want to be adding value to whoever's seeing it. And we talk about like, it can be any kind of value. It doesn't have to be like use cotton cleanups on Wax Wednesday because it's the easiest, non-messiest way to change a wax. It doesn't have to be informational value. It can be comedic value. It can be just feel-good value. It doesn't have to be your tip Tuesday every single day, every picture you post. It can just be a really beautiful picture on somebody's timeline that breaks up the monotonous everyday thing that they're seeing, right? And when you include Scentsy in that, and when you showcase that over and over and over, day by day by day, people start to take a second look. People start to be drawn in by that beautiful warmer or the Scentsy Fresh that you're spraying on your bed every day. Like, all of that is valuable in showing people that the product that we're selling is necessary, right? So to me, that's what attraction marketing is in a nutshell, okay? It's more than just pretty pictures, but that's part of it. And we have to learn how to take really great pictures. And I was going to do like a demonstration on like how you get really great lighting and how you edit your pictures and like all that stuff. But you guys, here's the thing. There are a lot of different programs and there are a lot of ways that you can learn to do that. There's YouTube videos literally dedicated to teaching people how to take really great pictures. The secret is good lighting and maybe a good software that you can use to like filter your pictures. Maybe. You don't even have to do that. Okay? Really great lighting and clean up the clutter. I think there's a difference between showing people our real lives and showing people our messy, everyday, every picture life. People know that our lives are messy, okay? That doesn't have to be in every single picture. That's just my personal opinion, but I think it's okay to speak it. Okay, so that's attraction marketing to me. So that's the what. Now, how do we do this? And I've already talked about this a lot, but we practice. I think that everything in this business is a learned skill. Everything you need to do in this business to be successful, whatever that looks like to you, okay? Because everybody's vision of success or their top of the mountain is different. But I think everything you need to get there is a skill. And it's totally figure outable. Like, you can figure it out. You can find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I believe that 100%, okay? And I think that everybody brings something valuable and knowledgeable and different to the table. And that's what makes it really great. Because when we share that, we're able to gather it. That's what makes this page so great, and especially this month. But we can figure out this idea of attraction marketing and make it our own. And so if you're hearing me tell you that pictures and the storytelling and the caption or the way that we communicate with customers, if you're thinking, okay, I need to work on that, good. I'm glad you need to work on it. We all do, right? Because it's a skill that we can continue to sharpen. And never in my mind do I think I'll arrive. Never in my mind do I think, okay, my picture taking is A+, I have arrived. No, I can always get better, right? We can always get better, and we should strive to be better than who we were yesterday. So just know that the things that you're doing today, the practicing, the oh my gosh, can you believe that I posted that picture 6 years ago? Look how I do today. That's honing in on our skills. That's making ourselves better, right? Does anybody else go through their memories and think, oh my God, I cannot believe I posted that picture of that warmer. That is terrible lighting. And why did I think that looked good? I do that on a regular basis. I'm like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? But then I just look at how far I've come. Look at the skill that's gotten better, right? And we need to be honest with ourselves and saying, yeah, we can do better. And it's okay. It's okay that I'm here today. I can't wait to see where I am tomorrow. That's how it gets better. Okay. I hear people say, well, I just don't know. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know where to start. I'm looking around and I'm just lost. I don't even know. The thing is that I think it's super valuable to have people around you who take really great pictures and who write really great captions or tell really good stories or have a lot of customers or are really great at their branding. But I think it's only good if you use it to inspire you and not to condemn you, right? Because there's a difference. We can look at other people and be like, I am so inspired by the way that she takes pictures. I aspire to have my skill be at a level where I love it just as much as I love her pictures, right? I have my people like that. I have people's pictures who I look at and go, oh my gosh, like I hope that one day I feel that same way about my pictures. I don't want it to look the same, but I want to feel the same way I do about my pictures as I do hers. So I'm going to use that inspiration to continue working on my skills, right? In all things. But also, you guys, we have so many resources available to us. Like picture taking, I know Scentsy doesn't do training on that, but YouTube does, Google does. There's literal classes you could take at colleges that do, right? You can get better at that. And there are resources. Utilize your resources. Go out there and take a class. Go out there and watch a YouTube video while you're washing dishes, right? Get dolled up and take a bunch of pictures. Don't be afraid to play around with your camera or do something goofy or make that reel or whatever for the purpose of sharpening your skills, practicing, and getting better. That's what we're here for, right? I also want to put an emphasis on branding matters. I talked about that a little bit in the beginning, but knowing who you are and what your brand looks like to other people, I think is important in this business, right? Here's an example. It wasn't until Hamish came out and I realized what before Hamish, I had no idea what a Highland cow was. Okay. So this obsession with Highland cows is pretty newish. Okay. When Hamish first came out. So I have talked about and shared my dream of owning a herd of Highland cows for so long, so consistently, which hasn't even really been that long, but so consistently with not just my customers, but everybody who knows me, that it's now gotten to the point where whenever a Highland cow something comes up, whether it's a TikTok or a picture or whatever, anything, cupcakes, cakes, all the things, I get tagged in it multiple times. And I love it. Why? I love it especially when my customers tag me in it because I know that my branding is on point. Because I have talked about, I have shared enough, I have consistently, I know I'm super consistent in my Scentsy business. I don't talk about Highland cows near as much as I talk about Scentsy. So I know that if they see a Highland cow and are tagging me in it or sending it to me or sharing it with me, I know that if they are doing that they see my Scentsy stuff and I am doing a great job at being consistent and putting my brand on display, right? Highland cow is part of my brand. Yeah, what's that about? Your brand should be a multitude of different things that are things that you love, that are a part of you, right? It should be all about who you are and how your customers see you or how your audience sees you and views you. and I said this, I think I said this in my SFR video. I did it on building your brand. If you are confused or if you don't know what your customers think of you, ask them. Ask them. Say, tell me 3 things that you think about me, not Scentsy related, and they'll be honest with you. And you look at the wide view answer to that and the multiple times that people say, I think about this, like my friend Nancy, think about lemons, okay? Then you know that you should incorporate that into your brand. The branding part of it is important. And I say that because for attraction marketing, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that a lot of my pictures have the same filter. They look the same. You can probably notice my picture out of a bunch of them by the way that my filter is, by the kind of pictures I take. It's all very conducive to the brand that I'm trying to create and grow, because I want that to represent who I am. I want people to be able to look at it and say, that's Brianna, right? That's what you want people to do. That's what you want customers to do. You want people to be able to look at something and think of you, right? And you want Scentsy to be that as well for people. That's what branding is. That's saying, hey, when you think about Scentsy, think about me. When you think about Highland Cows or country music or Jesus, think about me, right? Stay authentic to who you are. Don't go out searching to be somebody else or attracting people to you, but it's really not you. It's actually this consultant over here. I think it's so important that we aren't copying and pasting somebody else and putting it off as ourselves. That's the worst thing you can do in this business, right? We're all selling the same thing, but we're not the same. So we need to be showing off our best selves. We need to be showing off who we are, not who this consultant is over here. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't copy and paste her. Put it in your own words. Tell your own story, right? And here's the funny thing about stories, you guys, that I want to be like completely honest with you. I was trying to like not think of my intro, but I was like typing my intro, and in my head, I was literally like, there's not any big thing in my story that I feel like is a draw in, right? Like off the top of my head, Chelsea Otto, she has a really powerful testimony. God has given her a lot of wisdom and knowledge in her story that I think reaches a lot of people, touches a lot of people, and that story is impactful to her Scentsy journey and to her life and to her friends and to the people that she hasn't even met yet. Like her story is amazing. And I sit back and I go, well, you know, my story is like, I'm just like a small town girl. I've been married for forever. I have kids. Like, I don't feel like there's anything in my story that would prompt that kind of response. But the thing is, you have no idea what people are going to be drawn to. And that's why the storytelling part of attraction marketing is so important, because you have no idea what your next words will produce. Right? You writing something about a product, about why blueberry cheesecake reminds you of your grandma, you have no idea who that will resonate with. And all of a sudden you've got a new customer, or all of a sudden you've got a new teammate because you're talking about how you just paid for gas. And we all know gas is crazy. Okay. That's why telling your story, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter what you think of your own testimony, matters. Your story is going to attract somebody, and it's going to attract multiple people actually. And you may not see it happen for a bit. You may post consistently for months and not see the fruit of that labor until one day in the middle of winter, somebody comes to you and says, I've been watching you, right? But that's the point. The thing is, across the board in this business, with attraction marketing, when you're trying to hone in on your skills, the one thing that I want to encourage you is to stay consistent. Okay? Stay consistent with who you are. That seems silly to say, but stay authentic to who you are. That matters. It matters. The things that you are doing today is producing something in the future that you can't see yet. And trust me, you guys, I am the worst. I am instant gratification in human form, okay? I want what I want when I want it now. I would rather drive 30 minutes to go pick up something than order it on Amazon to be here tomorrow. I am terrible about it, okay? But I know that consistency and showing up in your business, showing up in the skills that you want to work on, day after day, working on it, produces something in the long run that you will be proud of. You have to just stick with it. You have to commit to getting better at taking pictures. You have to commit to learning how to do that. You have to commit to staying consistent, to showing up for those potential customers, even if you get 0 likes, even if nobody says anything, right? Because people are watching. And that's the thing, is that people are watching. So with social media now, it may feel like people are not paying attention because we're not getting likes or comments. And I don't mean for this to turn into a social media training, but the reality of it is, you guys, that if you're posting things and you are honing in on those skills and you're doing your best, if you are posting stuff consistently and you're not getting likes or comments, but you're getting orders, you're hitting your goals slowly but surely, people are asking about things behind the scenes, maybe not on the post, but they're texting you and saying, hey, that warmer that you posted the other day, yeah, I want to order that. Make sure that you give credit where credit is due. I always tell my team, ignore the likes and comments, the loves, the reactions, all that. Ignore all of that. I don't care about any of that. Okay? What I care about is, what is the intention of posting about your Scentsy business? To make sales. Okay? If you are getting sales, then those posts are doing their job. Okay? And if you're not getting sales, then you need to look at other areas, and you're being consistent with your posting. You need to look at other areas of your business and say, how can I be following up better? How can I be building better connections? Okay? But if you are posting consistently and there's no likes, no comments, no loves, no reactions, but you're getting sales, it's doing its job. That's the point. That is the point. Okay? People are being attracted to your stuff and they are deciding in their mind, I need that. Hey, Scentsy consultant, I need that. People are not going to like and comment. There are so many things that I scroll by every day that deserved a like, that deserved a comment. And for some reason, I tell myself I don't have time. I'm not willing to like slide my thumb over and click like. Like I don't know what it is, but if you pay attention, you probably do it too. It's not that you didn't see it, right? It's not that you didn't see it. Do not discount what you are doing on a daily basis and judge it by the likes and the comments and the reactions on your social media. Judge it by what your business looks like on the back end. Judge it by the connections that you are making. Those connections, that loyalty, those friendships, that's going to take your business a lot further than the likes and the comments. Because if Facebook fell off tomorrow, I still have connections with my customers. I still have a way to get in touch with them. I still have my business, right? Tangent. But it's important to note that as we're working on attraction marketing, as we're working on telling the stories, we need to recognize that our business is so much more than the pretty pictures and the telling the stories. You can take pretty pictures, cool. You can tell really great stories in your captions, awesome. How does that translate into real life, right? Because attraction marketing somehow needs to translate to real life. Who are you in the world? Who are you when you go to the grocery store? Who are you as a tired mom at 8 a.m. taking your kids to the drive-thru at Starbucks, right? Are you kind? Are you engaging? We don't have to be that way all the time, but are you kind? Are you a fun person to be around? Because everywhere you go, your brand is on display. And if you want to be known as a Scentsy consultant, cool. But if you're rude, if you like to pick fights, all that stuff, I think that ties into attraction marketing too. Who are we to the world? Are we always on our best behavior? No. No, we all have our bad days. That's okay, right? We learn from it. We get better. We have a better day tomorrow. Our kids may be better tomorrow. I don't know. Our kids may sleep tonight. Who knows? But we are always on display. We are always the Scentsy consultant walking around. And who do we want to look like in this world? Who do we want to be? Somehow we have to rectify this idea that we have to be perfect, or that we have to look like that consultant over there, or that we have to have this many followers or this many likes, because that's just not real life. And I want you all to know that wherever you are at, that's great. You've worked hard to be there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep honing in on those skills. Keep affirming who you are and the better version that you'll be tomorrow. If all you do in your business is every day make it a point to be better than who you were yesterday, whether that's learning a new skill, whether that's learning something new, whether that's practicing something, whether that's reaching out to a friend, making a connection. All you have to do is be a better version of who you were yesterday, and you're doing just great. You're doing great. Attraction marketing is a lot to take in my opinion, right? Because it feels like a whole lot of, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this, but I'm never gonna be great. No, it's not that. It's just showing up as your best authentic self and striving to be better than who you were yesterday, and showing the world that. Showing the world our products, giving them a sample of it in a snapshot, right? Give people a sample of Scentsy in a snapshot. Show them what it looks like for Scentsy to be in your life, so that they can have an idea of what it would look like to be in their life, right? Ask yourself when you post a picture, would this draw me in? Would I love to see this? Would I want to buy this after seeing this picture? If the answer is yes, then great. If the answer is meh, okay, then you know you got to get better at your skill. That doesn't mean don't post it. Hone in on your skills. I hope that this little tidbit wraps you in a big hug and tells you that whatever you're doing great. But we can all be better. Actually, I hate the word but. You're doing great, period. We can always do better, right? And we should commit to that process, because that's a beautiful thing, okay? So attraction marketing to me is the sample of Scentsy in a snapshot, right? But I want that to look better every single day, okay? So if you guys have any questions, I am here on this page. You can tag me, whatever. Love it. One thing I do want to note, I will post my, or actually, Alex, will you post my Instagram handle? Follow me on Instagram. I am pretty particular about my Facebook friends, just because of my family, my husband's job. Like, I'm just particular about that. Instagram, please come follow me on Instagram. Connect with me. I love the Instagram community. So please, please, please come follow me there. But just so you know, don't take it personal if I don't accept your friend requests on Facebook. It's just I don't do that often. So otherwise, if you have questions, I would love to help you, to answer for you. And above all else, you are amazing the way that you are. And I hope that you guys have an awesome rest of your Tuesday. And I look forward to seeing you on Instagram. Bye, guys.